Okay. Good evening, everyone. This is the first match of the night for Zelda 1 Randomizer, Game 2 between RaikouRider and AmazingToaster. We've got a great night of rando ahead of us. 4 matches tonight. This one's the first. There'll be a doubleheader, or possible doubleheader, on Randomania 4 in about an hour, and there's a really hype match later tonight on this channel after this one. I am CyberChowX, joined tonight by Threech.
Welcome, everyone. Happy to be here. Happy to see all of you watching tonight to check out this, as Cyberchow said, very hype race. We are excited to get this kicked off tonight in game number 2 between these two runners in the bonus bracket for the Spring 2020 Random Percent Challenge tournament.
Correct. Now, AmazingToaster won game 1, and RaikouRider decided as his remorse flag to force it to be Shapes Dungeons. Now that requires the approval of the other runner, and Toaster said, yeah, fine by me. And it looks like we're off. And we're starting with a magic boomerang and a wand, and the Triforce is from, I believe that's 3 and 7. Yes, because we know it's shapes, so that's the first quest layout. So that's 3 and 7.
Yep, fantastic. So we've got a start screen down here in the southwestern corner of the map, which does give us a little bit of, a few places to check that we might take a little bit of time otherwise to get to. Just depends on, how you're routing. But we see RaikouRider immediately checking the western coast of the lake up here, finds a shop. The arrow is rolled up a little bit to 84, but other than that, I think bombs also rolled up a little bit too.
Yeah, bombs definitely rolled up. They're normally 20. And yeah, we've got a mixed 2Q overworld. We also saw that extra candles are not on, and we've got a shuffled Armos spot and shuffled Armos item. RaikouRider just picked up the raft.
Ooh, nice to find those transportation items early.
Yeah, convenient place too. It's right near one of the raft spots.
Yep, that's an easy check right off the bat, so you don't have to worry about it later. Also, finding the small secret on both sides we saw was
That
2
is
rupees.
very small. And with mixed 2Q overworld, there's only one large secret. So, I mean, we still haven't seen the medium, but it's starting to look like this could be a poverty seed.
Yep, and they better hope that rolled up. So AmazingToaster is exploring the Take Any caves right now and finds one at Vanilla Level 1 first quest. We verify that the coast item is indeed a heart container, so
Yep.
they might come back for it, they might not. There's a bomb upgrade, I think, on
Yeah.
RaikouRider's side too for 90.
Oh, and we've got the hidden dungeon numbers with palette shuffle. Also, that raft at the Armos came in handy immediately. This level was at the Vanilla 4.
Yep, so it'll be good for RaikouRider at the at least for now. Having found that raft under the Armo spot does have knowledge of this level, and since we don't have the Triforce to start out with, this is good information that does give him a bit of an advantage right now over AmazingToaster.
Yep.
All right, no push block in that room, but it's nice at the very least. We don't have the runners digging for combat to begin with. They do have access to the wand, which I'm sure they're both happy to see. They don't have to go digging for a sword right away, although once they come across that in their travels, I'm sure they'll be glad for it. Um, TBD on I think the HP for these enemies, but it looks like it's either 0 or it's rolled down.
And it's definitely not zero. We've seen some enemies take a few hits. It actually it looks like it's not necessarily rolled in either direction. It might have rolled up a little bit, but no, those Stalfos would normally go down from one hit from a wand because they only have 2 HP normally. So yeah, that dungeon had a lot of fairly soft enemies in it.
Definitely. It looks like the blue Octoroks may have also rolled in the opposite direction as we find a sword at Vanilla Start Cave. So not too bad.
Okay, we're getting confirmation from chat that the blue Octoroks are have to be at least +2 because they normally only take, or no, actually no, they normally 2 HP, I think, but
Yep. So
they're not going down to a single wand hit, so they rolled up.
all right, mid secret, we found chat confirming that that is 38. So still, better than vanilla, but barely making up for that too small secret.
Yeah, it all works out. I mean, the difference, like one medium and one small, is the same, but I think in I think medium is still the most common, even in second quest layout. But
Yep. So Amazing Toaster up here in the northeastern corner, either building up a count or otherwise just maybe trying to see what's dropping bombs at this point. We find another shop up here at the Blue Candle shop in Vanilla First Quest where, yeah, there's that 34 bomb pack, which is not friendly, but Amazing Toaster picks up a pack of bombs there. And like I said, might be building a count here in order to force extra, but unfortunately, gets bopped by a pea hat and takes a death on the overworld. That does
yep.
indeed reset your count to 0. So there's a red Lionel, yeah, on the overworld too, gets taken out by a magic boomerang hit.
Ooh, yeah, that definitely rolled down then. And looks like Toaster's heading up towards the raft. And oh yeah, we have shuffled drop groups. That Tektite dropped a bomb pack for Toaster.
Yep, you'll love to see it. If it's easy to kill and it drops bombs, it's a good enemy to find.
Yeah, but you do not like to see this screen.
Nope, you've got 2 walkable tiles and blue Lionel shooting swords at you. It's just not a good look. So Amazing Toaster has taken the raft ride across to find this level, which we have yet to identify.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to see a little bit more of this to get an idea. But I mean, where we are, we only saw 6 rooms on when Raiko was in here. So this could actually be one of our smaller dungeons. And I mean, the early indication would be that it's most likely to be either 1, 2, or 7, because the enemy set is what would normally be in those dungeons.
That's a great point. And RaikouRider is over here in the graveyard just attempting to check some spots to, see what pushes, what doesn't, at least until we find the recorder that's going to give us a good indication. The blue candle rolled up to 64 rupees. So I imagine unless we
Yeah.
find the red candle pretty early, we'll see that purchase from one of the runners at least.
Yep. And is Toaster going to leave? Nope, Toaster is going to start checking bomb walls. Ooh, but that wall's not going to bomb. I think I'm seeing why Raiko left, and we're looking at a new dungeon on Raiko's side, but yeah, it is starting to look like, yeah, you had to take that key.
Yep, very well maybe. We found this level over here on RaikouRider side at Vanilla First Quest level 6. So that's 2 of the dungeons that we found in Vanilla First Quest spots. But here is the Recorder, a nice find early on.
Yeah, that is a good pickup.
And the Recorder does have a chance to whistle to unbeaten dungeons, which is great if that is the case here, because then the runners don't have to go around exploring to find the dungeons whose Triforces they still need.
Yep.
But we might get a test from RaikouRider here shortly. Probably wants to do a little bit more exploration in the northwest corner before getting.
He's going to head over to a screen that would whistle open on second quest, and that didn't open.
Yep. So we'll check one down here in the southwest as well to see if that whistles. No dice.
Okay, and it looks like no, it looks. They're saying that it's looked like there was the flashing dot, but no, they're saying that that was not a flashing dot. That compass told us that it was either 3 or 7.
All right. And there's our blue ring and vanilla price of $250.
Ooh, and we've got vanilla priced hints, which means we're not going to get any sort of helpful or deceptive hints.
Yep. So both of our runners grabbing a take any. They both opt for the heart container. Makes sense this early in the game. They will between 4 and 6 hearts. They'll be able to pick up the white sword art item, which we have not quite seen yet. So this gives them an increased chance, but we'll have to wait for 6 hearts to be guaranteed that.
Yeah, and actually, we're not going to be getting helpful hints anyway, because I just noticed everyone's saying the same thing, which means we need a book to understand what they're saying. But based on it being the vanilla wood sword message, I'd say they're probably saying what they would say in the vanilla game.
Yep. So it's interesting the spots that we've seen so far. Definitely, mixed quest seems to be the case here. We're seeing first and second spots. We'll have to see if this bombs here at Spectacle Rock, and it does.
Yeah, doesn't look like any of the recorder spots have opened up yet, but yeah, this is halfway looking like any screen that only opens on first quest is second quest. Any screen that only opens on second quest is first quest.
We see AmazingToaster doing some exploration along the coast down on the south shore. Bumps it open and finds another level here. And decides not to go for it.
No. I'm pretty sure he's going to go right back in from that direction so that he can open the key door. Yep, he is right back in, and Raikou finds the letter. And we've got a bunch of Gibdos over there.
Okay, so we've got the Triforce in the Triforce room. If I had to guess, we probably got a pattern of this going on. So I think in shape, that's a good consideration to make.
Yeah, and Toaster's gonna pick it up, check his screen, sees that he has picked up the Triforce for level 5. So this is level 5 here.
So AmazingToaster looking around for the items in this dungeon. Picking up some keys along the way too, which is really nice for future dungeon exploration.
Oh yeah, the keys is definitely a big thing at the moment.
All right, we've got a push block. Let's see what. It's a transport staircase. So RaikouRider is going to check the vanilla first quest level 7 spot and find just a lonely moblin.
And Toaster's leaving the level he was in. Feels a little strange. I mean, he even had a transport staircase that I don't think he took at all.
If you could just want to be looking around the overworld a little bit more just to see what exactly the options are for easy exploration. We see RaikouRider also farming rupees on that side, probably to buy a candle.
Yeah, because he's getting close to the candle.
Oh, good point. Thanks for confirming that, chat. The transport staircase in level 5 appears to have been Goma blocked, which is not going to do us any good right now, as we do not have a bow or arrows on either side.
Yeah. Oh, and it's pointing out that the guineas aren't really paying out like they normally do. That's the problem there. You've got a shuffled drop groups, so.
Well, that's the only one that he needs, so gets that nice berry drop too, and is about to go in here and buy a blue candle. Now that is going to open up a ton of spots on the overworld to check, especially given that we are working with a mixed quest overworld, because you have to take into consideration that you have to do every check to see if it actually burns. So that is probably what we're going to see RaikouRider do now as he blows the whistle, gets taken over one screen.
Yeah, so that probably means, oh yeah, we're whistling to Vanilla Unbeaten. But actually, yeah, that is not necessarily a bad thing, because one of the vanilla dungeon spots is an any road, so that gives you even a little bit more in the way of locations. And yes, Toaster went to another dungeon. We aren't quite sure what it is, but it's probably level 8 or 3, because it is starting to look as if we have vanilla enemy sets. Yeah, we did have the dungeon confirmed as 5 having this same enemy set, and the I lost my train of thought for a moment. The mystery dungeon that we had the Triforce in, we assume is 7 because it had to be either 3 or 7, and it had the Gorilla set.
Yep, that's the real issue with getting, the guaranteeing shapes, which honestly is a wonderful way to increase the competition in the race, between you and your opponent, is to introduce shapes. In addition to, as we mentioned at the beginning of this match, getting the palette shuffle and the obscured dungeon number. It's really hard to tell where they are until we have a check on a Triforce.
Yeah.
So here's another Goma. There was a key door above there, but it looks like AmazingToaster did not quite want to take it.
Yep, and RaikouRider will be finding was that level 5? Yes, this was the level,
Yep, I believe this is the one that AmazingToaster pulled the Triforce out of and grabs another Triforce.
And yeah, we shall see which one this is. Oh, no new Triforces lit up, so that is the other of either 3 or 7.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to... For now, I'm going to call that 3, based on the assumption that the enemy sets are being our clue. Could be level 7. Could just be coincidence that level 5 had the same enemy set. And RaikouRider picks up the Triforce from level 5.
Yep, just as AmazingToaster up in the northeast corner finds another dungeon, this light blue one on the right-hand side, finds a transport staircase almost immediately and opts to continue exploring. Nice bomb drop there from the red Gorilla. Ooh, looks like the ropes rolled up a little bit. They are not dying to a wand strike.
Yeah, that's kinda nasty. But the rest of the enemies in this dungeon are going down pretty quickly, so...
RaikouRider sees that key and unfortunately gets stranded on the island. So, ooh, yeah, not a nice room. You walk in there with a one-way shutter door, and you can't kill the Pulse voices without, well, really your sword beams at this point.
Yeah, it's not looking great yet. And AmazingToaster has picked up a map, and that is looking like a pretty small dungeon, so I'm saying that it is like either 1 or 2, which again, I feel like the enemy sets are going to at least tell us a bit about which dungeon we're in.
Yep, that's a nice compass find too. It's not a huge dungeon in any case, but you don't have to dig around for the Triforce. Thankfully, we know we're looking for the Triforce room, so really this is about, as friendly of a dungeon as you're going to get. Ooh, the bomb upgrade on the floor for AmazingToaster.
Ooh. Huh. So we're not going to get sword upgrades in this seed. Oh, and we've got walk through walls, so this is level 2. Because level 1 will never have walk through walls.
It's just gotten much more interesting. All right.
Yeah, it did. So that means we're just looking for something else on the floor. And we find that'll be the magical sword bomb upgrade on Raikou's side.
Yep. So we'll have to see. With the walkthrough walls, that really does make a difference for dungeon exploration. Until you get the map, or if we have an atlas at play, you got to just try every opportunity you can to get through the walls here.
And AmazingToaster finishes the Gleok, just a heart container. We don't have any indication as to whether Heart Shuffle is on. I think Toaster just wanted to, since it's such a small dungeon, at least look for the other floor drop, see if it was just a heart container. And if it wasn't, then that would be a huge bit of information, and Toaster picks up the Triforce in level 2.
So we're going to see RaikouRider check here. First quest level 2, second quest level 3. We'll see what comes out of it. Level 9 over on RaikouRider's side.
That is 3 dungeons at vanilla dungeon spots.
I would say, what are the odds? But someone in chat is going to do the math and make me look bad. So I will just leave it at a rhetorical statement. That is way too much math, absolutely. But that's very good knowledge, especially given that RaikouRider has the recorder at this point, too.
There's no such thing as too much math.
So at the White Sword location, we find another level on AmazingToaster's side.
Yep, and Toaster is, going to just check, see if a bomb wall opens up. It does. And this is probably level 8.
I am hesitant on the enemy set so far. I am, definitely willing to trust your judgment on this. I'm skeptical only because I don't know about Pole's voices in level 3, but we'll have to see.
Well, in Randomizer, the enemy sets are the actual enemies are not. But we've got a ladder in this level, whichever level it may be. Again, we won't necessarily assume, but it's not level 3 because we already found both of the 2 levels that we started with the Triforces from.
Very true. That's right. So we saw RaikouRider found another level here and is walking out of it. But yeah, that ladder's a great pickup. You don't want to have to be ladder blocked or hunting for it later on because Ganon is ladder blocked and required. There's just a ton of situations that could lend themselves to, an early ladder being a very good find. Yeah.
And we get the compass, which says that the Triforce is right next door.
Yep, so we're going to see which level this is.
Yep. That does indeed look like level 8. But Toaster is not going to go back in looking for the second item. I don't necessarily blame him. Shapes 8 is pretty big, and he already did find one item.
Yep, that's a pretty worthwhile dig, even if you don't go through the entire thing. You have the Triforce, you have the ladder. There are, 3 other dungeons that you need to go get the Triforce out of in any case. So leaving that one item, I think, definitely makes sense in favor of additional overworld exploration.
Yes. Now, Toaster just picked up the meat, and I don't remember him picking up his candle yet. That's a kind of interesting purchase.
Yeah, I don't know that we saw AmazingToaster pick up the candle either. RaikouRider picks up this Triforce here. I don't know if we've confirmed this level quite yet.
I don't remember. I think this was the one that we decided was level 3. Yeah, he only has 3 Triforces still. That is level 3. But if I remember correctly, level 8 is not that far from here, so he'll probably find that soon.
So we'll see RaikouRider bomb up here. I wonder if he is going to screen scroll over to level 5. Vanilla first quest level 5. I don't think we've seen that check yet from either of them. Ooh, another level on RaikouRider's side. Now,
yeah, that's not... I don't remember. I'm sure we must have seen this. Yeah, this was level 2, I think?
I believe you're correct.
Yes,
yeah.
This is level 2.
So some more checks in the southwest corner by AmazingToaster. There's the compass on RaikouRider's side to find the piece of Triforce in here. All right, so AmazingToaster enters this level at Vanilla First Quest level 6, and I think this is where RaikouRider picked up the recorder. So this is going to be a huge find for AmazingToaster in here, because at this point, he's got the ladder over RaikouRider, but this is going to bridge that gap quite a bit.
Yeah, this is because we know recorder is definitely important, because we've found that you need it to get into level 9.
Yep, and also important to note that AmazingToaster definitely is confirmed walk-through walls. I don't think we've seen that yet on RaikouRider's.
Yes, but it didn't make that big a difference. Raikou did pick up the White Sword Bomb upgrade off the floor in level 2. And judging by the fact that they didn't hunt around for another item, I think they're currently under the assumption that... that Heart Shuffle is not on. Yeah, no, this dungeon is much too small to be level 6. We've got the map. It seems to be trying to say that it's level 3, but it clearly isn't. I'm pretty sure that has to be level 4.
It does look like a glitched out 3. That's excellent.
Yeah. Either that or a keys on its side.
Very true. It's a great point. I don't know if we saw the upper half of this dungeon on RaikouRider's. There's a heart container.
Yeah.
Now it's just a hunt for the Triforce.
Yeah, it is starting to look as though Heart Shuffle is not on. And it always could sneak up on us, but so far we've seen a heart container on the floor in a number of different dungeons. And AmazingToaster does the pause, confirms level 4. Raikou into, was this? Yeah, this was the level 8.
So AmazingToaster finds that shop up at the Magical Sword Vanilla first quest location, cannot pick it up. It is 64 rupees-ish and just doesn't have enough money yet. But checks these spots that we saw RaikouRider do that are generally second quest overworld spots.
Looks like Toaster wants to check out what the recorder does, and is finding. Well, it's going right back to that, but doesn't necessarily realize which one that's going to. Could possibly think that it's. Actually, they know how many times they played it, so they should know that that's vanilla unbeaten. And Raikou did pick up the ladder while we were talking about what Toaster was up to.
Yep, so nice way to even the odds there, closing that gap and, picking up the same items. We see AmazingToaster grabs the letter on that side as well. So really just the candle, I think, making a difference here. We do know AmazingToaster has 2 more Triforce pieces. It could take any amount of time. It could be behind a burn bush until AmazingToaster makes up those extra rupees to get to 64.
Yeah, and Toaster seems to keep running out of rupees. They ended up paying to get through the mugger room. They bought the meat for reasons I'm still not quite sure.
Sometimes you're just adventuring and you want to buy meat.
I guess I can.
That's the thing that makes sense in my head. Whoo, buddy, look at that level over on RaikouRider's side.
Yeah, this is still level 8 here, and it is the size of a level 8 at
Look at that one little room down in the southwest corner, just being difficult.
Yeah, and that's where it took him. So he's just going to pick up this key and get back into the staircase.
Yep, but I mean, not a bad key, just a little bit out of the way. It's like an abstract of the cover of Shadow of the Colossus or something.
I can see that.
So we get a little bit more Death Mountain exploration over here on Amazing Toaster's side. Finds the secret. It is not great.
Yeah, the secret, the small secret in this seed is awful, but the medium secret is good enough to make up for it.
Yeah, and that does make that meat purchase a little bit more interesting too. I mean, they're not finding a lot of money. The guinea farming isn't really lucrative, so what's the angle here? So there's the compass on RaikouRider's side. Oh, the Triforce immediately to the left. Yep, and we saw this pickup earlier for Amazing Toaster, who is now heading over to do a little bit more exploration with the recorder.
Yep, and RaikouRider's probably going to just continue searching for the missing dungeons, and we just found the big secret, and it is huge.
Woohoo!
141 rupees. So Toaster will not have any more trouble buying a candle if he can just find where the shop was again.
Yep, has a few to choose from, but yeah, you're not unhappy to see that much, especially after, you know, the secrets we found so far and the amount that bombs cost. It's a nice large secret.
Yeah, this has been a kind of expensive seed. And what's he farming for? He's guinea farming, and it drops almost nothing.
It's just sad. It makes me sad.
Oh, maybe they're suggesting maybe it picked up on the shuffled drop groups and was hoping that guineas had shuffled into the bomb dropping group. That is something to consider.
Amazing Toaster saying, power bracelet? Where we're going? We don't need a power bracelet. Clips right into the Take Any Road there.
Yep.
Oh, just a few of these coast checks, and there's one for RaikouRider too, with that burn bush on the corner.
We did find, and our white sword item is the wand that they started out the seed with. Meanwhile, we are finding that candle purchase by Amazing Toaster just now will be required because RaikouRider found one of our 2 remaining dungeons under a burn bush.
Yep, so this looks like it might be level 1.
Oh yeah, that's very small. Meanwhile, there's been some spirited discussion in the chat about guinea farming.
I'm just letting you have that one. I don't have a response. So there, is a good idea for RaikouRider to come in here because we've got the bow.
Yeah. I'm just... Chat is being... in level clothes rack, which is possibly level 6, just like everything else in this seed.
Yep, so potential for one more item on the ground here, but RaikouRider instead takes the Triforce.
Yes, Belita. Normally I only get that when TGE is actually in the booth with me, but apparently just having him in the chat is enough. Along with some of our other well-known punsters.
We rely on this community for.
Yes.
Nothing in there, so RaikouRider is making a dash for the last item here in level 1, but so far hasn't had much luck, probably in one of those one-off rooms on the right-hand side. Or in that little dinky room, hanging out, just existing for reasons we cannot understand, because these dungeons apparently have to have those one-off rooms. Oh, good point. I completely missed that from chat, or chat brought it up. The RaikouRider found the Any key.
Oh, that must have been the other item in level 1.
Not just any key. Yeah, might have also missed it or just walked over it without realizing it too.
Yeah, probably did. Yep, there's that big secret under the recorder spot near start. And you know, if Raiko may, if he remembers that it's Whistle to Vanilla Unbeaten, he may want to go back to, actually, he may not have realized that the level at level 6 wasn't level 6. Because he just doesn't seem to be in any hurry to get back there. Oh, and RaikouRider takes advantage of that large secret to pick up a blue ring.
I think that's a very wise move. I don't think, neither of the runners really have a problem with combat at this point, but to have that extra insurance and also not have to worry if you don't find the red ring is a very nice feeling when you're going through level 9.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I think we've seen every level at this point, it seems.
No, I don't think either of them have actually found level 6 yet.
Okay.
I mean,
that does make sense, yeah.
It's hard to tell because our tracker seems to think everything is level 6, but I don't think we found level 6 yet.
I thought this whole game was level 6, if we're being completely honest.
Yes.
So here, I think, yep, this is the same level 1 that RaikouRider just found not too
Yes.
terribly long ago.
Yes, that's level 1.
So this will put AmazingToaster up there with the bow and the ending key, so we'll be able to, figure out where exactly that was. But a chat earlier stating that it was below the T in stage. Just a Patra, because why not?
Yeah, I didn't remember seeing that Patra, but I might have just missed it. And RaikouRider finds the bad news that the white sword item is something that they started the game with.
So I think RaikouRider is trying to pick up some bombs here from these orange Tektites.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
And AmazingToaster about to find the bow here.
Yeah, the very important bow. Maybe. We don't know if cannon will be required.
Yep, so what's nice is at this point, given the items that the runners have both found, we're not, aside from the silvers, we don't have any other blocks that could potentially stop them from getting to Ganon or getting to Zelda. So we've seen, recorder blocked Zelda doors before and Ganon being required. So it's certainly a possibility, but we see AmazingToaster picking up the Triforce here out of 1. So each of them both need to find level 6. RaikouRider still needs to pick up the Triforce out of 4.
Yes, and Toaster left level 1 without finding that any key.
Yeah, definitely a detriment. Also, chat making a liar out of me. Absolutely, the power bracelet could be blocking level 6. That is a really great.
Yeah, we have not seen the power bracelet, and we know that it's not the Armos item, that was the raft, which was also required, and Toaster picking up the wood arrows, just in case Agoma is blocking something. We did see that there was yes, the bow block in 5. I was forgetting exactly where it was. I was thinking it was in 7, but no, Chad is correct. It was in level 5. So that is a good purchase by Toaster.
Yep, that'll be the transport staircase, I believe, that Goma was blocking. So RaikouRider picks up the wooden arrows almost immediately after AmazingToaster too.
Yes.
So that's definitely, it's interesting to see the routing converge at this point. I mean, they've got almost the same items. They've got, there's just, it's a little uneven in terms of RaikouRider needing 2 Triforces. AmazingToaster only needs 1. RaikouRider has the blue ring and the any key. So it's definitely a trade-off for the information that the other has.
Yes, and wonder if since it's put him over there, yeah, I think RaikouRider's going to head back to level 4 now. Just finish that up. No, he is. He's going on in. So that will even him up once he gets the Triforce out of here, and he already has the item, so he's just needs to find where that Triforce is. I think it was about halfway up.
Yep, we saw this mugger room earlier from Amazing Toaster, but from a
Oh.
different direction.
Yes, I wonder if that's going to be an issue, because I don't remember this being a segmented dungeon, so
Yeah, not that I recall. Also, just a minor note that's kind of interesting. We do see that there are permanent sword beams over on RaikouRider's side. Just a fun
yeah,
fact.
but that's
It's kind of moot
yeah,
when they have the wand to begin with, yeah.
Yeah, Raiko's not going to be able to finish that up, because it's looking like he needs bombs to get any further in this level.
Yeah, did we see him trying any walk-through walls in that dungeon, or we're not going to find them in there?
Oh, that is a good point. He doesn't. I don't remember from Amazing Toaster's side if a walk-through wall was needed, but level 4 would have them, so it is possible that it's just a walkthrough wall, but okay, chat is confirming it was a bomb hole, but with how few things there, he might have to pay the toll to get to that bomb wall. I don't remember exactly where it was, but he only had access to a few rooms. You still have to pay the toll. Yeah, chat is confirming you do have to pay the mugger and then bomb behind him.
Alright, yep, and that is level 4 there at the level 6 vanilla first quest spot. To answer a question in chat.
Yep. And Toaster is being reminded that the recorder goes to unbeaten vanilla.
So now we're pretty much in a mad dash. Did we? And I think we saw the raft spot up here, over where Amazing Toaster.
It was I think a potion shop maybe. Toaster back into, was that level 3, I think?
I think that is correct. Yeah, we saw this from both runners already. No, sorry, level 2 was the light blue level, and
yeah,
that was
level
up in the
2
northeastern
was
corner.
light blue. This I think was level 3. And RaikouRider is back in level 8 looking for the other item in there. Raikou left 4 because he was bomb blocked out of it. He needed a bomb to progress, and at the time he didn't have any. But yeah, I think both of these runners might be thinking that they need a power bracelet to find level 6.
Yeah, that's got to be a tough spot, because I feel like the power bracelet is just one of those items where if you do not have to look for it, you don't. There are so few spots that can be checked by it, but it's always the thing you think you're not going to need. And here we are seeing it very well could be blocking level 6.
Yeah, in which case this would be an all items needed seed, or, well, like all important items needed, presuming that Ganon is required for the silver arrows are required for Ganon. Actually, I don't remember if we've seen a ladder block yet, but we have seen a raft required, we've seen a recorder required, and we're thinking we might need a power bracelet. We do have a candle, and oh, there's the other item in level 8. It is the magic boomerang. And Toaster finds the power bracelet in level 3.
All right, so that's going to put AmazingToaster ahead in terms of the ability to explore the overworld, potentially unlocking the secret to where level 6 is. It's been hiding out from us, so let's see if it's under one of these spots, and it does appear to be so.
Yeah, right there. That's what, like 4 or 5 levels in the northeast corner there?
It's a little cluster of happiness.
There's the Triforce!
What a find there for AmazingToaster. Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Not
god.
complaining about that.
Yeah, shape 6, so huge, and the Triforce is right there, and you're pretty much already in go mode, unless the items have been shifted out of level 9. Now, just watch. Silver arrows are going to be in level 6.
I mean, we've still got with the book, the wooden boomerang, silver arrow at large.
Yeah. Red candle.
Good. Yep, good point. I mean, I would love personally to see the book and the wooden boomerang in here. I just think that would be some kind of poetic justice. But maybe that's just me looking for a longer match here.
No. To really prolong it, the first item they find in here has to be the red ring. Then they find that the other item is the book.
Oh no, that would be so rude. But it would be great. Yeah, just noob out of that Wizrobe room. You don't want to have to fight this if you don't have to. Chat's doing math again. It's making me nervous.
And RaikouRider gets the Triforce out of level 4. But I can't help but wonder, have they exhausted the whole... Oh no, he's going back into 4. Has he forgotten that well, no, I mean, just on his last trip in there, he found the empty staircase. What is... I don't know why RaikouRider's back in here, unless he's already forgotten yet again that he has the item from here.
Yeah, I'm not certain. It could be, I mean, I'm not looking at his tracker right now, but it could be a mismarked track. But nothing is written until we get to the end here, until the done, because, you know, anything could happen. We could get a lucky dig from RaikouRider to find the silvers in a dungeon that is not level 9, and there are several circumstances between now and then. It's just, we know that RaikouRider will need to find the power bracelet before making it to level 9 at all. So here, we see Amazing Toaster doing some exploration in 9. It would be a nice, thing to have the any key, but at this point, with 5 keys, you could still definitely run out, but you are not in terrible shape, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, there's a death to the blue whiz robes for RaikouRider.
Yeah, definitely think that this is looking like Toaster really is going to have a lot of time to because I think RaikouRider must have mismarked his tracker. He thinks he doesn't have an item in here yet, or I don't even know. I mean, yeah, he's definitely forgotten because he's trying to kill this room, and this isn't even a push block room.
So this does give Amazing Toaster an opportunity to do a lot of exploration in 9, and sometimes that can make all the difference, just having a little bit of time. At this point, you're an hour and 5 minutes into the seed, and you're thinking, there's no way that my opponent is not in here already, but we know what we know, and these, the runners are just trying to find their way to the end as quickly as possible. So we'll see, this should be the hint that RaikouRider needs, hopefully, to bounce out of this level.
Yeah, he realizes that
nice amount of keys here in level 9 for Amazing Toaster. So far, only transport staircases. Now, when Amazing Toaster finds an item staircase, that will give us more or less the story of what is hiding out here in level 9, whether it's necessary to back out to the overworld.
Yeah. And Chad asking if Raikou ever discovered that walk-through walls are on, and I don't think he has.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen any evidence of that from RaikouRider's side.
Yes. But yeah, RaikouRider apparently still has some spots left to check. No, he's going back into a dungeon. I forget which dungeon was this. This was 5. He's digging 5, which is a dungeon that we have not found the item in. But it's not the dungeon that he needs to be in. So that's going to give Toaster even more time to explore level 9.
Yep, more transports for Amazing Toaster. So taking out a good chunk of level 9, probably over half of it at this point. Would probably benefit from a map at this point too.
It shapes 9. Just assume everything is a room until it isn't.
Ooh. Unfortunately, everything right now is a blue wizrobe beam, so bad news for Amazing Toaster, but probably heading back in that general direction. Yeah, it was pretty deep in the level there, so unfortunate death there.
Yes, and that Goma was blocking a push block, and it is a transport staircase.
Yeah, great point from chat too. The room that AmazingToaster was in could be a compass room. Finding the compass at this point will be a great opportunity, because at that point you know where Zelda's room is, and you can just sort of make your way there without trying to find Ganon first, so you can determine whether or not Ganon is required. It's either going to make this a lot shorter or a little bit longer.
Yes, that's right. I completely forgot that we don't even know for a fact that the silvers are going to be required.
Yep, and there is the red candle.
We find the item for level 5. It is the red candle. So now Raikou is paused for a moment there, is trying to think where that power bracelet could be, because I think he must realize by now that he needs that power bracelet. And hopefully he should try 3 next, because the other option for him is level 7. And chat is saying that they heard a roar from the NSU room. So...
Yep, so that gives us almost overwhelming evidence to suggest that the silver arrows are indeed in level 9.
Yes.
Yeah, it's almost guaranteed at this point. It's not 100%, but pretty close to it.
Right. Chat is trying to figure out if what the actual odds of red ring and silver arrows being in 9 are, because theoretically, the more items you find that are not red ring or silver arrows outside of 9, the higher the chance that flag is on. But the thing is, I mean, technically speaking, you can still get red ring and silver arrows, just happen to be in 9, even if the flag is turned off. Now, the other thing to concern about is there's a separate flag that determines whether important items are allowed to be in level 9. Now, we found all of these so-called important items. In fact, we needed just about almost every one of them just to get through the first 8. I mean, that Goma was blocking the red candle, but the Goma wasn't actually blocking anything important, so you didn't actually need the bow to be outside of 9, but yeah, we kind of needed the recorder, raft, and power bracelet.
Yep. So unusual maybe to see all of those restrictions. With the shuffled overworld, you can often find all or most of the dungeons with certainly lots of requirements in the seed.
Yeah. And RaikouRider has found the power bracelet and should be entering 9 very soon, because level 6 is in the power bracelet spot right next to it. And meanwhile, the AmazingToaster's in a tight health situation.
Also doesn't have any bombs. But RaikouRider walked right by that push block. I guess it's gonna...
Oh my god, he's spaced again. He forgot that the warps, that they push, that the any roads are not vanilla.
I think maybe it's safe to assume that he hasn't spaced, maybe so much as it's just lack of total knowledge of that, because one of them was vanilla, the one right next to level 6 first quest.
Yeah.
The one of them, and that if you see that, I think it's safe to assume that you could easily confuse that. But yeah, no, you definitely want to be checking the one up there, but certainly if you assume that they're going to be vanilla take any roads, yeah, ouch. But hey, it's not the end of the race yet, so we could absolutely see a different play if RaikouRider decides to go back up to the northeast corner.
Yeah, and I think he's about to hit a. Oh no, he's headed somewhere else. I thought he was about to Rue Quarter up to the northwest. Because level 6 is the one level that he can still flute to, and if you recorded to that, you'd be right at a second quest push block spot.
Yep, and so we've got another push block on AmazingToaster's side, another transport as RaikouRider picks up a potion.
Yes, from that, but now, of course, he is cluing. He's probably going to head to the one right next to the fairy fountain, and then he should head over to the correct one. Yeah, it's looking like he just had he was like just a little tilted in. Oh no, he's hitting continue again. Where is he going? Is he going to head to the one at the grave now? And he's going to find that that's actually a push spot. Yeah.
So he's actually clipped into that one before too, which is interesting as to why he's making this move, because previously RaikouRider, I believe, clipped into this transport or this take any.
Yeah, I don't know where he's headed, and this oh no, he's not even going into that one. Unless no, he could, yeah, he sees that. He's probably going to, he's taking the long route to the one in the upper left.
Yep, more Death Mountain exploration.
Yeah, I mean, Rue Quarter is not exactly an easy thing to pull off, and a lot of times you don't even think to do it.
It certainly feels like the only thing dropping bombs in here is Tektite.
And
I don't think that's entirely accurate.
This one doesn't even push at all. And he's where is he going now? I don't even. We should really be focusing more on Toaster. He's the one who's in level 9.
Yep, Toaster definitely doing a fair amount of exploration here. I feel like every time I look over, he's found another push block, and it's another transport staircase.
Oh, okay. RaikouRider's doing the world wrap. He's going to pick up that heart container and is going to get to the right spot.
Yep, definitely a nice move. Gets you over there pretty quickly, and should be heading up to this push block without too much maneuver. So good use of map navigation there from RaikouRider.
Yep. Meanwhile, Toaster is... He's got to have cleared out a lot of this level 9 by now. And still hasn't found either item yet. It has heard the roar of... And oh yes, that room. He's been in this room, but it was just because of the, I mean, there's just like a lot of stuff going on here.
Blink and you miss it. RaikouRider walks into level 6 here, finds the Triforce, and will now be able to head to level 9 to do pretty much a lot of the exploration that AmazingToaster walking through one of my least favorite things in existence, a reverse sea room in level 9 filled with whiz robes.
Yeah. And it turns out to just be a floor drop. Oh, that is so rough.
But you know what? At this point, if I were AmazingToaster, I would not be upset to find some bombs on the floor. He was running pretty low, and at this point, it's just a mad dash for exploration.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can see AmazingToaster has covered a lot of this level. Hasn't really done too much in the northwest corner, so that is going to probably be his next endeavor if he can find a staircase or a route that gets him up there.
Yeah, a lot of northwest and like north central. I mean, it's just kind of like almost I mean, he's cleared out like most of the south and the northeast. And yeah, these dungeons look like they're like from the palettes. They don't even look like it's the same dungeon. But yes, that's right. RaikouRider does run on a modified Wii. He's, I think, the only runner that runs this on a Wii. So that's definitely, that could change things up a bit.
I know this is not the case, but I want to believe that RaikouRider is also using Wiimotes, which makes this even more incredible. I know that's not true, but I can dream.
That would be that would definitely be tough.
This is actually just a modded version of Twilight Princess.
Oh, but I mean, it's hard enough to screen scroll on, like, basically, from what I've heard, you need like anything, like just about anything other than an NES controller makes it harder to screen scroll. I don't know, maybe the keyboard runners can say otherwise there.
There's a potion used for RaikouRider. I do not blame him at all. Walking through this room is treacherous as is. Yep, and we can see RaikouRider clearing out some parts of level 9 that we have not seen AmazingToaster in yet. There's the red ring.
There's the red ring. So RaikouRider gets in and immediately finds one of our items. It is the red ring. So that pretty much almost confirms that it is red ring and silver arrows. And that's how it so often goes. The runner who bought the blue ring ends up finding the red ring.
Yep, absolutely. I am kind of still holding out hope that the silvers aren't in here, just because it would make it more interesting.
It's the RaikouRider also found the compass, but that's over in the northeast, which is a place where Toaster has covered a lot of that, so I'm wondering if oh, and RaikouRider finds the silver arrows!
Oh my goodness, how long have we been in this level 9? And
I don't know!
AmazingToaster has been digging and digging, and RaikouRider finds both within minutes.
Yeah, and I don't remember exactly where in 9 that the NSU room that Toaster heard the roar from was, but yeah, this is outstanding and amazing. I didn't even think to like check when Toaster got into 9, but this is this could be a huge comeback Unless Toaster just, like, happens to stumble into a magic staircase, and now RaikouRider has the map, too!
Yeah, oh my gosh, that cluster of item pickups is just incredible for RaikouRider, who now knows where Zelda is, definitely.
Yeah, but I'm thinking it's gotta have been, again required, because it looks like, I mean, I didn't see exactly what Toaster's minimap looked like, but it looked like, he had cleared most of the northeast out, and so if he had never ended up in that room, it was probably because he couldn't get into it. But Toaster's got the red ring now as well, so he should be stumbling onto everything else momentarily.
Yep, we're about to find out.
Okay, I'm guessing by the fact that he didn't even try that wall that RaikouRider had already tried to bomb east from the manhandler room. Ah yes, I remember seeing Toaster in this blue and mola room.
Yep, no bomb upward. Not entirely surprising. AmazingToaster,
Is out of bombs.
aha.
Yeah, he's just leaving and going back in to reset the bomb droppers. It's an interesting strategy.
He does have 11 keys though, so I mean, it's pretty set as far as
so
that is concerned.
Yeah, not even worried. Yeah, there's the possibility of a magic staircase, although, as Chaz pointing out, the RaikouRider still may not realize that walk-through walls are on.
There's RaikouRider with the same
Same
issue here.
strategy, just reset it and hope that the bomb droppers start dropping the bombs. But yeah, I guess the bomb block got Toaster in trouble. Oh, I get it now. Likes are bomb droppers.
Yep, so a few shuffled drop groups in this, but yeah, that's one that we've seen. Orange Tektites and Legs both dropping. I think we might have seen Zola did too, because I remember there was a bomb out in the middle of the lake at one point.
Yeah, well, I mean, they can get to those because they have the long-range boomerang, so if anything drops in a weird place. And Toaster does bomb over. Okay, so I guess Raikou just didn't bomb that. But yeah, that doesn't push. Ganon is required, and Toaster has the knowledge of where Ganon is, but has not found those silver arrows just yet.
Yep, and I don't think RaikouRider has seen the southwest corner at all to locate Ganon. So we'll be digging for that too, but gets a little bit closer.
Yeah, he could be on the right path soon enough. And he seems to want to go through that shutter door. Or nope, he's just gonna take the key door. He's trying to decide if he wants to take the staircase. Where is that going to dump him out? That's back a lot closer to the start of the dungeon. But this is another push block room, but it just had a key in it.
RaikouRider taking the time to clear out these likes, as bomb droppers, it's definitely a good call. Speaking of, and decides to walk right out of there.
Toaster's gotten his map, and RaikouRider's just going to walk straight through the traps and gets back into the room that he took the transport staircase from. Ooh, and he gets locked into a room with a bunch of wizrobes.
Yeah, I never love to see this on the wood sword either.
Yeah, but that's all they could get. The sword upgrades rolled out of this seed.
So it is just the game being merciless at this point. RaikouRider heading further west, doing a lot of digging in these rooms too.
Just gonna check. Should be finding Ganon pretty soon. Chat is saying that it's right near. Oh, nope. It's this. Oh, well, he's definitely figured out walk-through walls are on now. He has walked through a wall and he's heard the roar, and here's Ganon in his vanilla room, which does support the fact that the only. Oh, we've got a 0 HP Ganon. So now RaikouRider just has to. The only problem is, does he realize that he forgot to bomb that wall, and he doesn't have any bombs? We saw on AmazingToaster's side that you do need to bomb that wall in the Manhandler room to get over to the room just south of Zelda, who will, I'm sure, be in her vanilla room. Because we did see the door just from the south.
Yep, and it's gonna up A there to continue and go through, see if there's another way to Zelda, or if just there's something maybe that he missed. And we see AmazingToaster over here getting closer to the location of Ganon, but has not yet picked up the silver arrow.
Yep, and he's still looking for some sort of workaround. Oh, he is in a room with like, so that might be but Toaster finds the silver arrows. So this is becoming a really tense race.
We are trading off progress side to side.
Toaster knows everything he needs to do now. RaikouRider just needs to get the bombs. He's continuing again. Is he going to farm that room right near the start of the dungeon for bombs? He is.
Yep, just as AmazingToaster walks in to find the Ganon fight, and we'll also find that it is a 0 HP Ganon, so just one with the silvers, and now
and there's a bomb drop for RaikouRider. If he knows that he can bomb that wall, well, if he thinks to bomb that wall, this could still be his, but Toaster, I'm sure, has the route. They're like in the same... No. Oh, he doesn't know the... And this is going to be Toaster's race.
just mere rooms away as AmazingToaster
GG.
takes it.
And RaikouRider is going to finish just seconds behind him.
Yep, there's the bomb hole. There's the entrance into Zelda's room. And GG's in chat to both of the runners as RaikouRider Zelda's room and wraps up this race.
Yep. And official SRL times 133.29 versus 133.56. And we're in by AmazingToaster. GG.
That was a seed for sure.
Well done. Yeah, that was definitely a time. So so I think it was so close within 30 seconds of finishing of each other. Just what an incredible match, especially that 9 there at the end. How were you feeling there once you were actually searching for Zelda's room? What was that feeling like for you?
Well, I found Zelda's room after I found Ganon, then I started finding items, and then the very last room was the silver arrow, so I full cleared that.
Fantastic. And we've got RaikouRider in the chat with us as well. GG for finishing.
So, Toaster, was it the power bracelet that got you, or was it just the F-awful 9?
Once I started searching for Power Bracelet, I found it pretty quick, and then I full cleared 9.
So I actually didn't think at all about Second Quest doors until I got to 9, because there wasn't a single one that I found until then.
No, I found something before that point.
Yeah, there was one in level 2, but it wasn't. It was only required to dig out the dungeon heart. I think because it was still fairly early in the seed, Toaster, you were just checking to make sure that Heart Shuffle wasn't on.
Yeah, I was trying to figure it out, and then I realized, oh, wait a minute, 2 items on the floor, this is level 2.
Oh, yeah, because the first item you saw was the white sword bombs, so you were thinking maybe Heart Shuffle's on, and then no, it's just level 2 for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, this the level 9 Toaster really. I mean, you had I didn't even tell how much, but like you had a very large lead going into 9, and then RaikouRider gets into level 9, and it's like, oh, there's the red ring, there's the compass, there's the silver arrows, there's the map.
Yeah, the turnaround was really incredible.
No, I full cleared that level, so you got lucky to finish as close as you did, because if I had found silvers early, I would have killed Ganon and been...
Oh yeah, I got super lucky finding, because that bomb hole was the only way to get silvers.
I walked through the wall.
Oh, there was a walk-through wall too?
Yeah, I walked through from below.
Oh, yeah, there was a bomb hole above. And then Ganon being all the way in the corner. Like, when you weren't done in under 50 minutes, I was thinking either this power bracelet is tripping him up, or this 9 is horrible. And then I found the power bracelet, found the Triforce in 6 immediately, and I'm like, this 9 is terrible.
And it was. Especially if you went the wrong way like I did.
Oh, I cleared a lot of 9 as well. I didn't really do anything in the top left or the top right. I would have found Zelda a lot sooner, or rather the path to Zelda a lot sooner. But when I was in that manhandle room, I bombed counterclockwise starting from the left, and then I just didn't get back to that room for a long time.
Oh yeah, and another thing, Raikou, level 4.
Yeah, I know. I was still trying to figure out what was going on. There were actually multiple dungeons that I had forgotten whether I'd gotten items out of or not, because I was really uncertain if I had missed a dungeon at that point.
I was trying to use whistle to get around when I figured out it was
Vanilla, yeah. It was
vanilla
vanilla and
unclear.
vanilla uncleared,
vanilla.
Yeah, vanilla
Because I
unclear.
went back there and I was like, okay, let's whistle to the next. Because I was like, oh, I'm at 3. Let's whistle or I'm at 4. Let's whistle to 3. And I ended up back on the same screen, and then I figured it.
Yeah, we also had a really interesting circumstance where 2 or 3 of the levels were actually at vanilla first quest locations too. So it doesn't give you too much to work with there when you're first exploring how the recording works.
Well, I mean, on the other hand, it's I mean, in some ways, it's a shame that it wasn't vanilla beaten, because you had level 9 right on a vanilla beaten spot, level 2.
Very true. And one thing I was wondering about too, Raiko, was after you found the power bracelet, you walked past the push block to level 6. I'm wondering what you were thinking at that point.
I was thinking that I was very far behind, and I was checking the spots inefficiently on purpose to try to make up time.
Gotcha. Okay, so it was a
Oh,
gamble, and in this case, it didn't.
okay.
It didn't happen to pay off, but definitely, in a circumstance where you're not checking that one first, I can absolutely see making that play too.
I know all about playing from behind because I did a race earlier today in a different tournament where I almost got punished because my opponent played like it was from behind me and almost the entire time and got paid repeatedly. And I called a race for the same tournament where that same person played like they were from behind and came out ahead.
Yep. It's just like they say though, high risk, high reward. In some cases, it doesn't pay off, but when it does, you can really make a huge difference there.
And you have to understand the quality of the quality of your opponent is really what should determine when you feel like you're playing from behind, because Toaster was the number 1 seed in the last random percent tournament.
No, I
Oh,
wasn't.
you weren't?
No,
I know there was a tournament where you came out like number 1 seed overall.
There was a Shapes tournament where I was pretty high up.
Oh, I think it might have been the first Shapes tournament, possibly.
Yes, the Shapes tournament.
I think the only time I've been a number 1 seed was in Zelda 2.
Yeah.
But in any case, this will let me focus on the tournament that I'm most invested in.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and
I knew I had to get past Eat My Seal to be able to have a chance at advancing deep in this tournament, because this part of the bracket is miserable.
Yeah, and we've had some really tough competition. We've seen some incredible races so far. This one definitely not excluded. What an absolute show in level 9. Still, like I said, it's just the fact of finishing within 30 seconds when there were several minutes where it looked like RaikouRider, you were behind. You were still looking to find level 6. You still had to dig out the power bracelet. So just the incredible routing and ability to come back from behind and finish that closely to AmazingToaster, who had been in level 9 for a while, really demonstrates, excellence in this game. So again, GG to both you. Well done for finishing. And what we're going to see from AmazingToaster, you're going to be going up against the winner between Sis Crusher and Angel FM. If I'm reading this bracket correctly, so correct me if I'm wrong. But those 2 races also are potential. We're going to see the second out of the 3, and then if it goes on to a game 3, we'll see both of those tonight. I think they are on Randomania 4 coming up. We do have the schedule also on the Randomania channel.
The game 2 should already be in progress on Randomania 4. But we're not going to be hosting that because we've got another race coming up right here. Actually, a rematch of the finals of that same Shapes tournament that these racers were just talking about. Thurwolf versus Saver, and that's going to be in about 15 minutes right here on Randomania.